Okay, as everybody knows, Patrick was injured on Sunday night. He had a significant left knee injury on a non-contact hyperextension injury. Immediately following the game, we came down here and did an MRI. That MRI revealed an ACL injury, anterior cruciate ligament, and a lateral collateral ligament injury. That lateral collateral ligament you may see as a posterior lateral corner because there's some other structures back there that constitute that. After that, our doctors, Patrick, his family, his agent, consulted, and then we sought out a second opinion. And the family and agent and Patrick and everybody agreed that he would go to Dr. Cooper in Dallas. Dr. Cooper set up an appointment for him Monday morning, Monday afternoon, and then operated on him Monday night. The reason he wanted to operate on him quickly, where we usually wait on the ACLs, is because the LCL, we wanted to reattach the avulsion injury there. As Dr. Cooper told us after seeing the MRI, and my doctor saw it, they said everything that he had in this injury was fixable, correctable, and it was fixed on Monday night by Dr. Cooper. He had no artery damage, no nerve damage, no joint surface damage, no meniscal damage. He's already started rehab down in Dallas. He was there first thing Tuesday morning, and he'll do that through tomorrow, and then he'll be back here Friday. As you know, in the past with Patrick and his injuries, he attacks them and does very well, and he's in that mode right now. I've talked to him every day. I know Coach has too, and he's already on it. He'll return here Friday, and for the majority of the rehab, he'll do it with my staff, and in particular, Julie Freimeyer, who's done his dislocated patella, his toe injury, and his ankle injuries. Anybody have any questions?
You did know then that night that there was an LCL injury?
Yes, yes. But we wanted to wait until they actually got into the knee to disclose that it was that have them examined and everything to make sure that we had all the right nomenclature on that injury.
Sam?
Rick, I know you don't know the timeline yet, but can you give us a sense of like how the steps, the boxes are checked on any player, just generally speaking, with an ACL?
Yeah, so it is a good question. It's coming up a lot. Every player is different. Every sport's different. Every position's different. And with him, traditionally, he's going after it so hard, and he's so in tune with what he does that he does it a little quicker. Ballpark on this thing is 9 months. Could be a month or two less, a month or two more. You never know what goes on, and everybody's designed differently biomechanically, and so you just have to go through it. And then he's got position-specific things that he needs to do. So right now, I'll give you this, early on in the rehab phase, we're doing a lot to get his muscles firing, get the swelling down, and he's in a protective brace right now so that all that surgery heals in.
All right, guys, we're going to go last two, Todd, and then Pete. Go ahead, Todd.
In today's world, are there new advances in recovery that weren't there 10, 15, 20 years ago that you can take advantage of now?
Oh, of course, there's new techniques out there surgically, and I think the bigger and faster these guys are, the more you see injuries like this, and so the doctors are better doing it. And certainly, we all selected a doctor who's done this surgery in the past, and he did some techniques based on what was there, which are unique to the case. So sometimes you have to use a graft on the lateral collateral ligament. He didn't have to do that because he's got advanced techniques. And then the same way with rehab. I mean, we've gotten a lot better at rehabilitation, and the athlete's gotten way better at nutrition and recovery and all the things that go with it.
Last one, Pete.
You've seen a lot of players. You've had Patrick before, I guess. Where does he stack up, just generally speaking, about ability to recover maybe faster than average?
Yeah, I think as you guys know, as a player, his mindset is a little different than most. He's so regimented at what he does. He's in here at 6 a.m. He's the last guy out at night. He'll take the rehab like that. He and I talked about, listen, you have a schedule right now in season where you get treatment at this time, rehab or film at this time, practice. That's how rehab's got to be, and that's how it's always been with him, and it will. And when you add up all the little things, that allows the player to get back faster. They don't heal up any faster. They just get back to performance faster.
Good.
Thank you, guys.
Without the guys that aren't practicing today, Leo Chanel, he's got a shoulder that's been bothering him, and then Trent McDuffie is continuing to rehab. We'll see where where that goes here. Jalen Moore had the knee hyperextension. We're playing that by ear. He's getting better though. Rasheed is in the concussion protocol. He came in Monday with that, and so those things happen, and we'll just see where it ends up going. Jawan Taylor is recovering from the elbow injury, and again, that's getting better. It's just not as fast as he wants it. And then Tyquan Thornton is also in the concussion protocol. So we'll just see how that rolls time-wise for the game. Look forward to the challenge of playing Tennessee. I mean, they're playing good football, particularly on that defensive side with that defensive front is another week that I'm telling you this, but they've got a heck of a defensive front. So, and then Mike's done a nice job of taking over as the interim. He's had a lot of experience as a head coach, so he knows how to handle a role like that, and has done a nice job of keeping the guys going and playing hard. And they've got a young quarterback that will be an up-and-comer as time goes on here. He's had some really productive days there. So, anyways, with that, time, Jared.
And you played without a lot of players over the years, but just Patrick has such a presence in this building. Is it a strange feeling just not having him here? What is it like just not having him around?
Yeah, we love having him around. I mean, it's not like there's anything there, but him missing, everybody feels for him. At the same time, it's a crazy business that way. It moves on, and Minshew steps up, and now he has an opportunity to play, and thank goodness he's here, right? So he's got experience, and the guys trust him, coaches trust him, but like we all love Pat, and he's a special kid. Yeah.
Reid said you talk to him every day. Just what your conversation's been like, the part that you're willing to share.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's so positive right now. And he, like Rick said, I mean, he attacked this thing the day after, but you wouldn't expect anything less. Get me up and get me going. I mean, he was basically saying that an hour after the game, so brace me up and let me go. So it's not one of those injuries, obviously, but that's his mindset. So I think he'll do great with the rehab. He's a pretty fast healer that way. So, and his attitude, that's about 90% of the thing. How you go about it. How willing are you to push through the pain of getting it right?
You're going to need another quarterback to run the offseason, I guess. How much is this an audition for Gardner to potentially fill that role these next 3 games?
Yeah, as sick as Gardner is over the whole thing, he also has an opportunity and wants to do well. It's great for him career-wise, whether it's here or somewhere else. It's great for him, and it gives Oladukin some reps in there too. So if he were needed, so.
Playing Chris, would you like to see him get a shot?
Well, right now it's Gardner. Yeah, it's Gardner. That's where we're at. Yeah.
How are you balancing the players that that are kind of veterans here, guys that are trying to get taped out there, and how do you balance that with trying to play some of the younger guys that you're trying to get a look at, Matt?
Yeah, I mentioned this to Seren the other day. That all our young guys are playing. I mean, they're in there and going. So Chew actually got some good reps in there, and might have a chance to get some more. So, and he was our international player. So we've got them all going. They're all rolling. Yeah.
Coach Rick mentioned that his staff and Julie would lead the rehab for Patrick. He also has his own training staff that he works with in Dallas. Do you expect that he may split time between the two and bring on his own staff as well?
He's got a great relationship with Julie, and so I would imagine that would be the primary one. And then if he were to go to Dallas to visit or have change the scenery for a minute. You know, I think the majority of it will be done with Julie. You know, she kind of takes care of him and when he has different injuries or whatever, maintenance stuff. So I would presume he'd just be here the majority of the time, yeah.
Is there a team policy on that? Like you want them in the building or whatever they want? Like,
No, we can't kick him out of the building, you know, so the guy's always here. He, you know, that's how he is. So it's, but no, there's a whole union thing there too. So, yeah.
You, I mean, will he travel with you guys to the game, or is he not ready to travel? I know he probably
Yeah,
wants to be on.
he won't travel this game. No. Yeah.
Probably like to be on a headset somewhere listening, though, wouldn't he? I mean,
No, yeah. No, that's the way it goes.
has he been? Will he talk to Gardner at all? Help out this week? I know he's not gonna be back here till Friday, Rick said.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably already talked, but they're friends, so I don't know how much he'll be in the game, but he's trying to get himself right now. So, but I know he would wish Gardner the best going into this. You know.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, good.
Gardner, after all the emotions of the last game on Sunday, just what has it been like knowing that you're taking command of this offense for the next 3 games?
Yeah, no, quick turnaround from a very emotional, game, and obviously situation with Pat, situation with our, team's playoff picture. But you know what? You are where you're at, and we got to turn this thing around and go get a win this week. So that's where we are.
What kind of opportunity is this for you, and how are you viewing that in these next 3 games?
Yeah, it's an opportunity to step in and do my job. You know, there's a lot of guys that have put a ton of work into this, and I owe it to them, I owe it to this coaching staff, this team, fan base, to go out and do my best to give us the best chance to win.
Have you talked to Patrick?
Texting, he's been great, man. And like as soon as he's been figuring everything out, he's been texting the QB room, very positive, trying to get the guys fired up, getting everybody ready to go. That dude still wants us to win. That's what he cares about, and it's awesome to have a leader like that.
Is he helping you prepare too in any way, you think, or you feel comfortable? Do you feel comfortable leaning on being able to text him and ask questions?
Yeah, absolutely. He's awesome, man. He's got a lot going on there, you know. So I want him to, you know, make sure he's good, having gone through surgery and stuff. But no, I think he'll be back around towards the end of the week, and we'll all be ready to go.
Can you give us a sense of what your preparation's like on a week where you're not playing, just to kind of keep yourself fresh and ready for this?
Yeah, it's just the same, you know. I think you got to get a little bit of extra throwing when you're not playing because you just don't get those reps in practice. Otherwise, mentally, it's just the same. You prepare the same, you watch the same film. So prep hasn't changed as much. More dialogue with the coaches, I'd say, but that's about it.
People talk a lot about mental reps. How much better are actual reps in practice than the mental reps that you would get as a backup?
I don't know. I think they've done like studies on that, right? Where like the mental reps actually work. Have you seen that, like the free throw study, where like they took a group and just did mental reps and like they were better? It's kind of crazy. But I am excited for the physical reps. I think that's gonna be great. You know, I think it's more than anything just getting on the same page with your guys, having them hear you, us being on the same page in how we see certain routes, how we see certain coverages, and I think it's just more about that cohesiveness than anything.
You're probably some injuries up front. Looks like there's a couple guys in concussion protocol at wide receiver right now. Do you even know what you're going to get this afternoon out there at practice as far as who's going to be out there with you?
Yeah, I got a good idea, man. I think everybody's fired up and ready to roll. So.
Your first NFL experience came in a similar way, did it not? And I imagine you feel much better prepared this time than you did with Jacksonville.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, been fortunate to be around a while, and I've seen a lot, learned a lot, and hopefully, you know, put all that to use moving forward as we get ready for the Titans.
What do you remember specifically about that day? You did really well, and but did it come easier to you than you thought?
I don't know. Everything was like so simple then. You know, it was very, you know, see ball, hit ball kind of deal, and there's a lot of fun in that. So it's a little bit more nuanced, I guess, now, but you know, definitely a lot of fun still.
You mentioned getting back on the same page with some of the receivers that you probably haven't had this year, but what does that entail? Does that mean extra reps after practice? You were just trying to build that chemistry with them?
Yeah, I think getting to the side, you know, whether the defense is going, special teams is going, just getting extra reps, and whether it's full routes or not, just getting used to guys seeing the ball come out of your hands, seeing how different guys come out of breaks, how guys change speed, like all that little stuff, just getting the feel for how these guys move, how they see the game, and just trying to put them in the best position, you know, to go help us win.
I know you kind of hinted that Patrick's a little bit different than any quarterback you've been around. Can you just go over what you see from him day in, day out, even before the injury, his preparation, what he does?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, he's in here all the time. He watches all the film. He knows all the clips. He studies our stuff. He knows what we're doing to a T. He knows what each of his guys is doing to a T, to where if ever anything's off, he can get that guy right, you know, just like that, and keep us rolling. He does so much to right the ship and, you know, avert, you know, disaster or negative play. It's been fun to see, not only his preparation, how he plays, you know, just kind of the whole thing.
Okay, thanks, Gardner.
All right, thank you.
George, I wonder if you could just kind of talk to us a little bit about what the attitude's been like this week. You know, at this point in the last couple of weeks and where you guys are right now. How do you attack these last three games?
Yeah, just like you said, frustrating, very disappointing. Definitely not where we want to be or where we envisioned ourselves being. But now just about finishing out strong. And yeah.
What was the mood like when you see Pat now?
Just Well, at first I didn't really, just because of where we sit, the D line is silent. We didn't know who it was, and it was like somebody says like, "Oh, it's Pat." I was like, "Oh, you know." And then I remember Chris and I were sitting next to each other. You could hear a pin drop in Arrowhead, so that just goes to show, you know, how much people here in the community and really all around the world care about him. And you know, I know he's going to attack this like no one else. So.
George, is it a different feeling just without him in the building? You guys certainly been without players before, but just the presence that he has.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's one of the things that makes this thing go. So definitely different without him being here. You know, just like with any other position, it's next man up, and I know Gardner's going to do a great job. But yeah, it's for sure different. You know, I got here today. It was the first time since I've been here that I haven't seen him or his car here. So it was different.
George, a lot of younger guys are getting a little bit more opportunity throughout this last few weeks. What have you seen from some of the guys that you've kind of taught and tutored that makes you believe they can get this next 3 weeks here?
Yeah, I know one thing about this team, that whoever is going to get the opportunity is going to step up and make the most out of it. You know, there's guys that haven't seen the field all year that are hungry, guys that want to prove what they're made of and all that stuff. So, you know, whoever's out there, you know, that's what Coach said. Whoever's out there is going to play to the best of their abilities and finish this thing out strong, like I said. So.
George, you and Ashton had a built-in relationship before he got here. I guess how have you seen him, you know, developing this year as a pro?
Absolutely. I mean, he's every single week he's getting better. I feel it's shown these past couple weeks, obviously, with him making a couple big plays in these last couple games. But he's really growing. You know, he's great in the run, and he's getting better and better as a pass rusher too. So it's awesome to be able to see him grow from where he was at, you know, during OTAs and get better training camp, and then kind of as the season progressed. And I think he has a really bright future ahead of him.
How are you doing health-wise with your hand?
It's you know, it is, you know, what you know, you find a way to find a way. So.
What are your initial thoughts about Titans and what you've seen from their offense as they've gotten through this year?
Yeah, I mean their record doesn't indicate it, but it's a tough team, and they play really, really hard. And you know, if you watch the tape these past 3 games, they're playing really good football. Actually, you know, they're putting up points against some good teams and against good defenses. And that quarterback, you know, I tell you what, you know, whatever the perception is out there, but he can make all the throws. He's athletic, he's strong. The O-line keeps getting better. The running back Pollard's a great player, and they got weapons. So we got a lot of respect for him.
George, can you walk us through Ashton's interception, what you saw on film, just what you remember about that play?
I mean, pretty similar to what you guys saw, you know. You know, it was a call Spags had where Ashton and I were both dropping. And I just remember I was watching because I didn't really have like a responsibility. I was just kind of an area dropper, if you will. And I was watching the ball, and I look over, I saw Ashton, and I was trying to lead block for him. If you go watch back, I just kind of missed the guy, I just barely. So it's probably on me why we didn't have 6 points there, but yeah, so happy for him and his success. You know, he deserves it.
Thanks, George.
Thank you, guys.
We had Mike Dana here when he got an interception earlier this year. And it was the first one he can remember in his entire life. You know, 1, 2, 3, 10. How was it for you?
For me, I didn't drop in college, and same in high school. So it's my first interception really since Little League. But no, it was definitely a special moment. Like just be able to actually do it on the highest stage now. So.
They say everything slows down. Did you have time to think, don't drop it, don't drop it?
Yeah, and those are the balls that are actually harder because you have too much time to think, and that ball kind of floated up. So it's just like you're sitting there looking at it, just like, oh, okay, like if I drop it, everyone's gonna be very, very mad at me. So you just got to make the play.
You were like a running back once you had it.
Yeah, I was just disappointed on my tape that I didn't switch the hand back to my outside hand so I could actually, do stuff with it. Instead, I kept it on my left hand, so I look a little dumb, but it's fine.
George said he maybe missed a block. Could it help?
No,
Did he
no.
apologize?
No, he did, but it's this pass, and we all know going forward we got each other's back. So if he get a pick, I'm gonna block for him, and vice versa.
As you think of the course of the season, what has George meant to you?
It's meant a lot. He's obviously been like a big brother, kind of like just trying to overwatch, make sure I stay on the right path, not trying to do too much, and I'm okay with that. Like I'm perfectly fine with that. Like that kind of mentorship, just steer you when you need to be recorrected, and then just pour into you when you're doing the right thing. I've appreciated it a lot.
You play it more and more. I mean, do you feel yourself get better? Do you look at the different things, or is it just kind of a gradual thing that you can't really notice?
No, I definitely think it's been a gradual thing, and I think I'm better than where I started the year. It's just obviously just a comfortability thing, getting used to the level of play. Everyone's the top player in this league, and you're going to get the best shot from everyone every week. So just being able to be more comfortable on the field, not think as much about plays and stuff, that's kind of what has helped me, and, just kind of continue to build.
Ashton, what are your personal goals over these final 3 games?
Just to finish it strong. Obviously, we know the playoff picture isn't there, but we still got pride to play for, and we still got the name on our back and the colors we represent. So we just want to make the people proud going into the last games.
You said that in college and high school you didn't drop back. What did you think of the concept when you started doing it here?
I think the way we do it is actually very fluid, and the NFL again is a very versatile league, and there's a lot of good offenses, and they're going to scheme every week. So you need to be able to drop pretty much anyone just to get different looks. And so it was something like to get used to, and obviously just trying to understand the basic principles of it. But once you understand it, you drop into space, you pick up 1 to 2, or basically just guard grass. Figure it out.
What did you do with the ball?
I kept it. That was the first thing. I took it to the side. I dropped it originally, and then Kevin Knowles gave me the ball because I lost it somewhere, and he gave it to me. So I took it to the bench, and then we had to put it aside. Got to keep it.
Couple more.
You faced Cam Ward last year, kind of a crazy shootout game, right?
Yeah.
What do you remember about him then, and as you study this week, what have you seen?
It's still the same thing. He's got amazing arm talent. He's got good vision. He's a strong quarterback, especially in the pocket. He can shrug off blocks, and so just making sure we get him when we get our shots. We're going to get him down. That's the goal, and that's the plan. And again, same thing. It's just if you let quarterbacks like that work, they'll make plays. You know what I'm saying? He's an athlete. He's a dog. So you know what I'm saying? We're all going to make plays. So just minimizing his plays and making our opportunities when we get it.
Last one, somebody. Thanks, Ashton.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.